Okay, testing, testing, testing. Doing a quick sound. Ooh, thunder. Doing a quick sound check. Doing a quick sound check. Sound check 1 2. Sound check 1 2. Okay, sounds like sound is doing fine. So I guess we can go ahead and get this party started as soon as I can get actually comfortable. And apparently some of my dog can get comfortable too. Who knew? Alright, we're gonna fade out the rain. Because it's actually not raining here. Okay, cool. And we can do this. Hello and welcome to Kisara's Casual Corner. I am Kisara. It looks like everything's on the up and up as it goes. So, excellent. So, last week we started up a follower request of West of Loathing. And thought, you know what, this might actually be a pretty fun game to kind of keep this going, especially since Drake, on the other side of things, also wants to kind of figure out and solve the mystery of the return of Obra Dinn, which turns out to be much harder than anticipated. I'm actually been getting lost in that one, so I'm a little intrigued. So we decided to go ahead and just go on until the end of these respective games. So, West of Loathing, we started up our alter ego of Sakari, Catastrophe. Well, actually, since we're here, we might as well just get... Are we already at this point, doggy? Really? We're already there? You hear him? We're already at that point. So now we're going to take 2 seconds to let him go do his own thing, and then I will be right back. Because details. Which one might be right back? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? Yes. Okay. Now he's fine. Sometimes when it gets just a little warm, the dog is like, I can't sit in this one spot forever. And I'm like, we know. That's why I said you shouldn't be in this room. And he's like, I know, but the air conditioning's right there. And I'm like, I know, but I said. So, hey, Drake, welcome in. We are now going to go ahead and get started. That's Cloud. That's the game. Here we go. Onward and upward. Yeah, it works. Okay. So we're gonna continue. How's my sound balance, by the way? Am I doing okay? Options. Combat sound is on. Music's a little bit okay. I can turn me down to think. Yes, sounds good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and continue with the story of Sakari Catastrophe. Because I know how to spell my own name. Oh, right. We were here trying to play poker. Of course we were. Well, here we are. Oh, they're already shooting. Guns everywhere. Okay. Okay. And we have the weird rock. Let's play more poker. We're going to start right off with it, apparently. You sit down at the poker table. A dealer emerges from somewhere in the back and sits down next to you. We ante up. 25 meat. You ante up. Marion and Joe toss in 25 meat each. The dealer gives a deck a shuffle and then deals. A hand of cards glides across the table to you. It's a totally garbage hand. 3 8s of clubs. It's the first round. The pot is 75 meat, and you estimate your chances of winning are around 10%. So we have moxiously strategize, right? See, we can go with that one. You sit down, let's see. You cock your hat at a John to your angle. And then somehow that gives us 20% chance to win. Alright, so now, second round of betting, pot's still 75. You estimate your chances of winning are around 30%. We don't really have anything else we can do with that at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and check. Right, we add 5% chance. Marion glares at you, Joe grins and checks. Oh, great. Last round of betting. We don't have mysticality on our side, unfortunately. We kind of time to do or die. We only have 35% chance of winning. We're going to add 5%. Marion squints for a moment and then checks. Joe hesitates for a moment, then checks. You furrow your brow and turn your cards over. A straight. Marion shrugs as he reveals a straight. Joe shrugs as he reveals a California flush. You lost. I don't even know what any of that means. And I feel like I shouldn't be going on tilt, so let's walk away until we kind of get bearings a little bit more. I know Drake would be like, no, keep going. And I'm like, no, we're gonna find our bearings first. Alright, so just so we know where we're at. Map is M. So we're here in Dirtwater now with ourselves and the doctor. Alright, we dug into the spit last time, I remember that. Alright, this gal doesn't look like she's in the mood to talk. These two are gross in conversation. Leave them be. Let's talk to... Oh, we can't... Oh, yeah, we can. Well, howdy there. It's always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks. I'm Sakari. Glad to know you, Sakari. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. Alright, so I saw a sign out front advertising a room. Shot of bourbon, which was 5 meat. Let's gamble. This out-of-tune honky-tonk piano is really getting just under my skin, by the way. Alright, so first off, let's get a room. I saw the sign out front advertising for a room. That's right, finest room in the house, and plenty of room for your partner, too. You interested? How much does it cost? Well, that's where you're in luck. The previous tenant was a banker fella, and he paid a month in advance, right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room is yours if you want it. Gratis. Woo! I got a free room. I got a free room. Okay, so I got a free room. Go me. Go team. Alright, now we can ask, do you need any help with anything? And he says, well, if you're handy with mechanical type stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player. I thought the music sounded a little off. Yeah, it's not supposed to sound like that. AKA, it's not supposed to sound like somehow the devil is turning it backwards. And it's also out of tune. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's see, I poked around in it myself, but I lost the key. This has taken a strange sudden turn. Alright, he poked around in himself. Thank you. Thank you much, Drake, for it. We swim. The old man stares off to the distance, staring at me. Okay, let's talk to this old man listening to the honky-tonk devil music. And he's not listening to me. Alright, so this piano player apparently is a mechanical? You lift up the player piano's coat to reveal the hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not a very good lock. Alright, I don't have a needle at the moment, so I'll get that later. Let's see, these guys are having a spirited discussion about the guns and which of them is nicer. They sure look like it. Well, these two are allowed to drink. Hey, how come they're allowed to drink their hats without their hats on? I would like to know also. Let's see. The man points at a sign, some slop for 5 meat. And now I have a plate of slop. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I have a plate of slop now. Alright, we check out the kitchen, which is gross. But what are you going to do? Atop this pot-belly stove is a pot full of slop. A pot stove top slop pot. A pot stove top slop pot. You're welcome to the new tongue twisters for you guys. Alright. Oh, hey, what are you doing back here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry. I was just looking around, you know. So, you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter and need someone to go pick me up some more. I'm sorry, saltpeter? Okay. Saltpeter. Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here? Me or you? Okay. Where can I find it? Your best bet's at a military camp. Right, because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up. The nearest ones sport cowardice, and they keep it in little green jars. Okay, so we're going to go to a military camp to go get gunpowder grade stuff for the chef. No questions asked. Let's see, this shelf is full of canned and bottled ingredients and boxes of slop helper. Okay then. This lady's too busy washing dishes to pay attention to you. Honestly, she should probably be the one that's cooking. Let's see, this is where the chef preps ingredients for cooking. It's also where he parks his beer. Where else does it go? Let's see, there's a sign here that says see bartender for darts. Alright, let's go see the bartender. Hey, Lloyd. Let's see, can I get some darts? The sign on the dartboard says to see you for the darts. Oh, sorry, all the darts got broken months ago. Oh, that is disappointing. Do you need help with anything? Oh, right, he's the one that needs us to work on the thing. Alright, let's check out the stage. Oh, his chair fell over. Yay, I got XP! Go team! Go team, go! I hit the cowbell. Okay, that's enough. Alright, so... oh, we can check out our guest rooms real quick. Oh, what a lovely room. We can sleep. Here's our drunk doctor. More cowbell. Yep, always need more cowbell. Alright, she says, hey, kid, what's on your mind? Alright, what do you think we should do next? Well, if you're looking to find out the lay of the land, I guess a railroad crew will be able to give you a fairly literal interpretation. Alright, so basically, we just need to find stuff. Alright, that's our horse. T-gun. There's a weird ghostly carriage sitting right there. Just kind of chilling. I think these guys are gonna go shoot each other. Howdy. I guess we'll get in the ghost carriage, because what else can go wrong? You hop into the ghostly carriage, which seems to support your and Alice's weight enough. The invisible driver says, yeah! And cracks an invisible whip. An invisible horse snorts. The carriage starts moving, and soon you're out of sight of Dartwater. Because I make choices. I'm hitching a ride in the ghost carriage. Somewhere. To... this is the DLC. Okay. A thick gray fog envelops the carriage and you lose all sense of time and space. Eventually the fog clears and the carriage parks near a very large, unornate mansion. A disembodied voice calls out, all for Gun Manor, last stop. Okay, well, welcome to the DLC. We'll see how this goes. Is that a laser? It's a lady carrying some weird equipment. Excuse me, do you work here? Who, me? No. Nuts. I can't find any employees in the gift shop either. I haven't even started this job yet, and it's already a pain in my neck. Okay, what's wrong? I can't get... First off, can we take a moment for this score? Okay. I I can't get inside. Mrs. Gunn hired me to come out here and deal with a bunch of spooks, and they're haunting up that place. I can't do that even if I get in the front door, though. Yeah, the music's pretty good in this spot. Alright, so who's Mrs. Gunn? You've never heard of Terry Gunn? Should I have? Well, I would think so. She's a pretty famous inventor. You've got her best-known invention hanging right there at your belt. She invented belt buckles? Wow. Guns. She invented guns. Oh. Spooks? You mean like ghosts? Exactly that, yeah. 13 of them, according to my instruments. Florence Cunningham, Cunningham Ghost Annihilation Services, that's me. Interesting. What do you annihilate with them? Science. I was gonna guess that weird kind of rifle-like contraption you're carrying. Yeah, it shoots science. Right, okay, what's wrong with the front door? Let me adjust this just a little bit. There we go. The front door. Well, it's, locked. No, not locked, no. So what's the problem? Okay, see, I am a ghost hunter. I ain't a spider hunter. I don't hunt spiders at all. And there's this huge, gross, hairy-fanged, drooling giant in the front, spider in the foyer. So I either find another way in, or find someone else to take care of the spider hunt inside of this biz. I am staying right the frig out here, okay? I can see you feel very strongly about this. I do. Huh. Well, maybe I can help you out. Well, I don't want anything to do with this either. Hey, that'd be swell. You know, you look reasonably tough and or wily. Why don't we team up? I'll handle the ghosts, and you can handle the things that aren't ghosts. Okay. Hang on a minute, I'll be back. I think I need to upgrade my gear. I'm just not equipped for big dangling hairy spiders. Back to dirt water. Alright, here we go. We'll be back. We'll be back. Alright, so we have here the mercantile. So we can buy... Hi, pretty. How are you? Let's see, we have a broken board. We have 2 dynamite, crowbar, deputy pistol, dusty turnip, gold tooth. Wait, hold on. Before I do anything, what can I just sell? I have stuff that I can just sell, right? Alright, this increases my stuff. This provides the option to grow things. I can sell a gold tooth. I can sell my silver cufflinks. I should probably keep my bag of snakes. I should keep my dynamite. I should keep my varmint skinning knife. My nugget. Oh! Oh, I can sell my unrefined nugget. So gold tooth, pair of cufflinks, unrefined nugget. Broken board, which I have a sword, so I should be fine. I can buy silver. I can sell my silver nugget. I can sell my shiny rock, and I can probably keep my dusty turnip. I'm gonna keep this too. So I keep my shovel, keep my weapons, and keep my slot and my snakes. Cool. So I can sell all this stuff here. Let's see. What did I say? Keep that. Keep that. I'm gonna sell the filthy porcelain cow. Sell the gold tooth. Sell the silver cufflinks. Sell the shiny rock. Sell the silver nugget. And the unrefined meat nugget. Sounds gross, because it is. And that is it. I hope you are doing well this fine day, Pretty. We are continuing on with the follower request of West of Loathing. Because what could possibly go better, right? Right. Alright, so... I can buy disposable binoculars, which allows me to find a new map. I'm gonna buy that. That sounds like a really good idea. Plum pudding. I could. Shovel I already have. Soda crackers. Increases your speed for the rest of the day. Tooth powder increases muscle, mysticality, and moxie for the rest of the day. Or Vienna blood sausages increases muscle for the rest of the day. Okay. Okay. Or snake oiler. Use this to learn a new snake oiling skill. This is an, let's see, sell value 100. Okay. Oh, it's for 450. Oh, goodness gracious. This is an old back issue of a popular magazine for snake oilers. Am I a snake oiler? I think I am. I should probably get that. I could check my character. Yeah, I'm a snake oiler. I should know that. You're doing all right? It's good to see you in. It's good to see you in. All right, so now I have... I'm going to read this for a new snake oiling skill. There's a fold-out chart listing the hottest new poison. This gives expert poisoner a passive skill that multiplies the amount of poison you apply to enemies when you poison them. There's an article on this with a list of tips and tricks of getting to move really quickly. Gives quick draw, a skill that increases your speed. Or there's a recipe for a new kind of snake oil concoction that looks like it might just come in handy in a fight. Gives good medicine that allows you to recover HP in combat. Alright, I'm torn between quick draw and good medicine. I'm already pretty quick, so let's go with good medicine. I even have a doctor, but in the event the doctor dies, because it's the Wild West. You practice making snake oil concoction so you can do it with your eyes closed. And I got the skill good medicine. When you open your eyes again, it appears that somebody has stolen your magazine. Scoundrel! How dare they? How could they? Alright, so that's Dirtwater Mercantile. Ooh, this girl is selling $50 for flowers. But she's... Alright, fine. I got some sweet-smelling flowers. You are welcome. Little girl. No one ever said that I was not nice. So let's go to the post office. Let's see. This here is one of those newfangled telegraph machines. Boop, 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 boop. A big cabinet of locked up post office boxes. And then... Hi, I'm Sakara Catastrophe. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Well, okay, no mail for us at the post office. I guess I assumed that there would be more to do at a post office, but that was silly of me. Let's go to jail! Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Oh. I can offer to be sheriff, I can offer to help, or I can offer to leave. And leave. Alright. Gremlin style, let's go to jail. Alright, well I'll offer to be sheriff. Let's see. Oh, I could be sheriff maybe. Do you have law enforcement experience? No, not really. Have you been to sheriff's school? No. Do you have an existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? Are you familiar with all the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, incarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be sheriff? I just assumed. You just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day? Well, when you put it that way, if I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed protagonist-looking kid? If I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. I am sorry. It's okay. Like I said, happens all the time. But people always wander in and say, I can just be sheriff. That's a common enough occurrence that it just didn't warrant bringing a sheriff in. I saw Gene Wilder in Blazing Saddles. Can we just bring him in? You need any help with anything till you find a new sheriff? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of justice. Wanted posters back there, cells are over yonder. she points her hand off and to the right, respectively. Take your leave. K-Dog says, oh, whoa, it's me. Me and my laptop issues. Is this the same laptop that you just got? K-Dog, also welcome in. It's good to see you. Now that you were able to make it, we are happy to have you, and I hope your laptop issues go away. But is it the same one as you got, that you just recently got? Alright, it's a wanted poster. No? Wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster? Close enough. Poster reads, Wasted. Stripy Hat Gang for Grand Theft Paint and Tasteless Hat Vandalism. Now that's the new Rockstar game. It's a DLC. Grand Theft Paint and Tasteless Hat Vandalism. Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Paint. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000 meat reward. Let's see. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low down, no fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Want to go after them? Yes. Alright, we're gonna go get them. Let's see. Windows Store corrupted itself and now I can't get it to launch. Oh, that totally womps, man. That totally does. Oh, another wanted poster. Wanted poster, if the accuracy is important. It says, Wanted! In all caps. The House in the Desert Gang for mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the House in the Desert. 500 meat reward. So the other ones are paint thieves and hat vandals. Theirs is 1,000 meat reward. Murder 2 collection agents, 500. And possibly only doing them a service. Been trying to reinstall for the last several hours. No, that's Windows 10? Ah, I'm sorry. I don't have an answer for you. Tech support is not my specialty. Even if I played PC Build Simulator for like several hours, probably not my field of expertise. However, if you need any like apocrypha stories for Pythagoras, I got that. You wonder if the house is named after them or if they're named after the house. In any case, their location seems ambiguous. You want to go after them? Yes, I'm gonna go after all of them. That's something in my eye. Alright, now I got the wanted posters. Ooh, a lot available. There are lots available. How do you have so many vacant lots? Not a lot. Lot available, lot available, lot available. Not a lot available past this point. It says it. I see what you did there. I see the strategic pun they did. I see what they did. Ha ha ha. That's a good one. That's a good one. And Prinny, take note. We gotta up our punning game here. Okay. So let's see. This person said, oh, this is our partner. She says, good old Dirtwater. This is where Elliot and I had our honeymoon. Of course, it was a wilder place back then. Was it? Well, it was while we were here. And she shoots you a wink. Nice. Okay, so now let's... No, I don't want to go in the house. Alright. So now we have Wander. We're gonna go to here. Let's see. A skeleton approaches you. Oh, is this just one of those things, Brittany? A skeleton approaches you in that jittery stop-motion way that skeletons do. Judging by its hat, it appears to be a skeleton of a bean slinger. You remember the old classic saying, old bean slingers die like normal people, but sometimes they keep walking around and casting spells afterwards. Alright, let's fight this old bean. Wow. Shoot. And she can shoot too. Oh, she got quite the head. And it's hot. Somehow. And we win. Sweet. We gained 10 XP, we got a handful of loose teeth, we got bean-stained pants, and 33 meat. Alice just picks up a bone and examines it carefully. Go team! Go team, go! As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice from inside say, "What was that?" Uh-oh. Looks like you're gonna have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Well, Sneaky is my middle name. Wait, really? Yes, Sneaky is my middle name. If you say so, well, thanks. I'm assuming... Cool. Is this Sneaky? Can I walk behind the doghouse? From the sound of it, you'd say this doghouse contains an angry dog. And you know what I say? This doghouse contains an angry dog. Like this. Very funny. Let's see, you're not going to be able to get past without learning the gang inside, so... What if... Is there a way to sneak? Actually, hold on. Okay, so what are my options? None. Okay. So we will head back and we'll try a different spot. I guess we'll wander. Woo! I wander is complete. Your keen eyes detect a secluded Your keen eye detects a secluded cave near the distance. Exploring it would definitely give use of her time. Let's go there now. Well, that's cool. So you can just wander and find stuff. Interesting. Yeah, I did. Oh, I don't have foraging. Alice, you actually gonna do anything? Ooh, there's a plaque bolted to the cave wall here. It says, a record of events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, 1887, as recorded by Jim Plackwright. Okay. There's a plaque. Having acquired through various and sundry means a story which is interesting in its own right but better be saved for another time, a map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots and precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Hole Jr. in the years before the cows came home. I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Our equipment and provisions consisted of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade, and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, 1 basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trail provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques and engraving tools, 1 large shaggy dog, and a butt-for. Yes, I said it. I read my phonetics. After traveling 2.5 days to the southeast, we'd arrived at a small town named Dirtwater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dogs to watch the horses, the 4 of us entered the local saloon and each ordered a beer, except Side, who was satisfied with water. Just reading. The barman provided our drinks as requested, then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking if we cared to witness something real interesting. Considering that we had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions, which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. This is quite the saga. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagons. Fortunately, the only supplies that were missing were the butt-for and the basket of eggs, apart from that one that Doug had concealed within his pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered that Dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Cy, after drawing lots, to share. After acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as a replacement butt-pour, we decided to head out. We headed out to the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us as we took a small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable had we made this expedition during the summer months rather than in November. In order to pass the time on this trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. It could be that you didn't need to engrave the plaques every 3 seconds. However, I will relate to you the 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek through the desert. The first was 2 or 3 hours out of dirt water when Nate noticed a glint of sunlight on a metallic object partially buried in the sand. It was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which was fortuitously still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding this might come in handy, we stashed it in the wagon with our other tools. Hold on, I feel like did I miss something? Nope, that's another one. That's it. Okay. Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman who we discovered spoke excellent English. It was inquired as to our destination, and we replied that we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave, though we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed that we were heading on the correct course, and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed, and continued on our way. How big is this cave? Sometime later, we encountered a large adobe hut occupied by 2 identical-seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar, seeing that there were 2 of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on this point. Seemed like a fair. One of the hermits confirmed that we were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other confirmed that what his brother said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermits refreshed our water supply in exchange for the butt pour, and we continued on our way, excited to be nearing our goal. What cave is this? After 2 more hours, why can't I just find a journal? I brought blank plaques? After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave. Carefully keeping our excitement in check, lest we become incautious. We unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon, took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg he'd saved from our basket that had been stolen in dirt water. Once we rested, we decided time had come to explore the cave. Discovering that we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light source which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed fortuitous that Nate had discovered an antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass quick a shine and lit the wick, and we discovered that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light. As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse. There were no side passages to which we might become lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress through the cave, and engraved them with the tale of our journey, such that others who discover the cave afterwards might be entertained and edified by our story. But he put it 2 feet apart. You would literally have saved paper. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel. While Nate, Cy, and Doug took turns with the excavation, I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Cy's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled traditionally styled treasure chests out of the hole with great excitement. The The chest was locked with an ancient rusted iron padlock, which broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering lamp of the oil lamp shone brightly upon jewels of every color, shining ingots of precious metals that promised, just as promised by the legends of Black Hole Jr. Joyous at our triumph, we loaded the chest into our wagon and began the journey home. Thanks for reading. May your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Blackwright. Wow, I am mildly annoyed. I read that whole story for solely entertainment purposes. The game was like, you should definitely check out this cave. And you know what? Kudos to you, game. Kudos to you. Kudos to... I'm second skeletons, a fight. No, it was just a plaque-ridden story. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Well, we've been to Shaggy Dog Cave. Go team. Let's get out of here. Alright, so let's see. Oh, we have all of this stuff to go. So there's the Dave Yard, Cavern Canyon, or Fort Cowardice. Ooh. At the side of the trail, we smell a hell cow. A hell calf, really. It snorts up at a patch of brush, lighting it on fire, then starts grazing. We fight. Oh. We should... Okay. There we go. We have a snake on our side now. Alright, she's gonna shotgun it. Shoot. Uh-oh. Oh, no, no! Oh, you know, you should heal. You know, you should heal. You should heal, Alice. You... Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, there. There, we can heal. Okay. Okay. Whew. Alright, we got this. We got the Hellcalf. I was not expecting it to be an RPG. Yep. Yes, it is. Oh, look. I got 10 XP, a roasted cow tongue, 30 meat, and I skinned the cow with my knife, and I got extra thick leather. Go team. Go team, go. So now we're in Danger Spider. Sure. Yay. I don't remember. Is there a journal? I don't remember how to get my journal. It's a why? No. I'm trying to remember where... Wait, nerd mode. Displays? What is this? Nerd mode displays a log describing what happens in conduct and a few other pieces of metagame information in various places. I kind of want to know what that even means. And what is best fun? Heck no, not a chance. Also, I like to have colorblind mode for a black and white game. It says you never know, but it's there. No, Best Fun was awful. Do you see that? Absolutely not. Show combat grid? Sure, I think we can go with that. And stupid walking? Yes. I'm sorry. Okay, before we needed to know, we'll go ahead and explain real quick. Side note, apparently in this game, Brinny, the cows are actually bad. On the day the cows came home, that's when hell broke loose. So these are actually hell cows. Welcome in, Mad Matt. Welcome in. Do you know how to find my journal? I'm trying to remember how I'm supposed to be able to, because I can't remember how I thought there was a way that I had to find my, what I was trying to do, but I guess it doesn't have that. Ooh, look, cave door. This door has like 15 deadbolt locks on it. The note tacked to it says, please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it because the rest of us don't want to be eaten by a giant spider. It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. My curiosity is killing me. It's going well, how are you? Oh, this is the one with the gang, okay. First off, we accidentally stumbled into the DLC, so we figured that should wait a little bit. Other than that, we are moving the story right on forward. There we go, now I can hear myself think. You can see oh, and we discovered the Shaggy Dog Cave, by the way, and I feel very gypped by the fact that not only was it just plaque after plaque after plaque, like 3 steps apart, I got no jewels. All I got was the experience of reading plaque after plaque after plaque. It was an experience, and one I didn't even get XP from. You can see the gang on the other side of the big pile of junk, but you're not going to be able to get to them from this end. Maybe if you had more legs, you'd be able to pick your way through it. Okay. So if I open the door, the tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. Cool. What's this? You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence. That's why they call it the Shaggy Dog Cave. Alright, let's go inside. Is danger the kitchen? The poor chef has changed to this wall. Oh! Hi, chef! Kisara's favorite kind of noises. I hope you do well in your own stream. The poor chef is chained to the wall. His eyes widen as you approach. Hey! You're not one of them. Are you here to rescue me? Sure, why not? Oh, thank goodness. He thrusts his hand into yours and shakes vigorously. I'm Doug. Katari. How you do, Doug? Well, I've been chained up in this dank cave for weeks, cooking for those stripy-headed idiots. That sounds awful. You want to know the worst part? There's a perfectly good oven 8 feet to my right, and a perfectly good shelf, and a perfectly good ingredients 8 feet to my left. How's that the worst part? This chain is only 4 feet long. Ah, that's rough. I know, right? And there I was, fresh out of culinary school with a million meat idea in my head, and now here I am 4 feet shy of my dreams, cooking the same pot soup over and over again. Okay, wait, what million meat idea? Promise not to steal my idea, right? Yeah, I promise. Okay, it's a new kind of sandwich, or maybe a taco. It's so revolutionary, I'm not quite sure where it fits in the whole hand food taxonomy, to be honest. Anyway, in the middle of it, there's a sausage, but it's sausage made from the cheapest possible parts of a pig, ground up so finely you can't identify them anymore. Okay? And it's served on a long, split roll which soaks up grease so you can't tell how fatty the sausage is. And the best part? The name. You ready to hear the name? Sure. I call it the hot dog. There's something in my eye. That's not in the script. There's actually something in my eye. It's still there. Dot, dot, dot. What about the hot Sakari instead? What do you think? It sounds great. He beams. Thanks. He sighs. Not that this even matters. Even if I did get off this chain, there's no point in hanging around this empty cave making hot dogs for myself. I don't even like the taste of them. You could set up shop at Dirtwater. Brilliant! You're a genius, Sakari. Hot dogs for sale all day. I'll make a mint. Say, here's an idea. What if I added mint to the sausage mixture? You help him break his chains. He leaves the cave, haul in the oven and the shelf full of ingredients, muttering to himself about new sausage recipes. Alright, well that's that then. We've saved Doug. Guitar was moved to tears by that man's genius. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Alright, we found the kitchen. The danger of the bar. Let's see, it looks like this place is a new bartender. Don't anyone tell Demaze that I just had to go through rummaging a skeleton, but I needed to rummage through that skeleton. He doesn't need the jaw harp anyway, unless he was part of the undead. Alright, Matt. He had a jaw harp in his pocket. Maybe they killed him for playing the jaw harp too much. All the bottles are empty. Ooh, there's much bottles. I got cheap whiskey, cheap tequila, and cheap wine. Alice will be happy. Okay. Let's see. A gang has been prepped for spider consumption. We now arrest them. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except one, which Alice carries in her medical bag. He was smaller than he looked. And we head back to the Dirtwater jail. Is that the stripy hat gang? What happened to him? They had a run-in with a giant spider. A giant spider of justice! I was trying to emulate Jack Black. Don't judge me. Fortunately, the reward for results rather than explanations. And we got 1,000 meats and 30 XP. We should probably cut them some holes for their faces. Ooh, there's more. Another wanted poster showed up. Wanted! Pokemon gang. A Potemkin gang. Hooked on phonics. The Potemkin gang for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. For flaunting of construction regulations? Does that mean they're badly building something or they're doing good to improve something? Exactly what's happening here. Sure, we'll go get them. Alright, and this one is House in Desert Gang. The house in the desert. Sweet! Oh, she looked bad. She looks kind of... This is the worst hat of my life. Grumble, grumble, grumble. If Ethel makes fun of my hat again, I regret my tiny hat purchase. There's a lot to be said. Potemkin, gotta catch 'em all. Potemkin, gotta catch 'em, just you and me. I know it's my destiny. Potemkin, it doesn't really have the same ring, does it? Alright, so now... Let's go to the desert house. Your booze alert sensed the presence of a rock. Confused, you move the rock, and sure enough, there's a bottle of booze behind it. Also, let's talk about the fact that our character has a booze alert. Phew. You were afraid for a second that your booze sense had been replaced with some kind of rock sense. Good. I'm glad it was not replaced with a rock sense. Oh, this is that house we can't get past. Let's see if I have options now. I want to sneak into the house. I don't want to charge in. Alright. Nope. Okay, we'll come back to that. Alright, so instead... Let's go to... What's at the Daveyard again? Ooh, we come across a ranch. You spot the smoldering ruin of a ranch on the horizon. Ominous. We go there. Stern's Ranch. Oh, what do you want? What do you say, Alice? There's an old mission not far from here. They might let you check out their catacombs if you ask nice. Oh, that sounds awesome, I suppose. Great, we found the thing. Oh, that's what Nerd Alert is that extra stuff inside there. I don't need Nerd Alert. Ooh, a haystack. Sweet. Let's get ourselves some needles. Let's see, this requires lockpicking. Am I not a lockpicker? Apparently not. Let's see, some toys. This toy box contains a single object, a creepy burnt porcelain doll. Okay, so first off, I must have something for that. What's my mysticism? At 3? I can get cheap tequila. Increases my mysticality by 3 for a day. Alright, good lord. Alright, so now I can talk to the creepy burnt porcelain doll. It's the work of a moment to fix the doll's voice box, and you pull the string. You pull the string, the doll's eyes roll back into its head, and its mouth begins to move. Hi, I'm Grace. Oh, should we bring back Little Inferno voice? Hi, I'm Grace. What's your name? I'm Sakari. Hi, Sakari. You're nice. Do you want to play with me? Yeah, let's play. Hooray! Mary used to play with me, but we didn't get to finish our tea party before she went away. Will you help me finish it? Surely. Hooray! The game is almost over. Mary did such a good job. The doll's eyes rolled back forward. Already creepy. Go downstairs and get my cup. Do you know the magic word to make the mean cow let you into his secret room? No? What is it? The magic word is peanut butter. The doll goes silent. Okay. You shudder as you realize that talking dolls have not been invented yet. Go team! Ooh, I have 4 Moxie. All of the books on the shelf are burnt, but you notice something strange about the back of the shelf. Your deft fingers find a hidden catch, and the back panel of the shelf slides away to reveal a secret compartment. I got Mary Stern's diary. So wait, let's check it out. Diary. Oh, here you go. Read it. First page says in the little girl's handwriting, "This is Diary of Mary Stearns." The AI and dairy are crossed out and IA written above them. The diary starts off with typical kid stuff. You flip ahead until you find and notice the writing getting shakier. Found a dolly under the cactus out back, and she told me her name was Grace. Mama and Papa don't believe me that she talks. They say I got a big imagination. Grace says the cows are gonna get us, but Papa says we'll be okay because there weren't never a cow ranch. Grace says he's wrong, but Papa won't believe me. Grace says she can keep the cows away, but I have to play tea party with her. We'll keep reading. I don't like this kind of tea party, but Grace says it's important to keep the cows away. Mama was sad that they couldn't find Effie. Papa says she's been gone so long that they put a cross up, but Mama won't let him because she thinks she'll come back. Papa says she's only 11. How far could she have gone? And Mama started crying again. Don't want to play tea party anymore, but Grace says I has to. Papa was out 2 days looking for Joey, but of course he didn't find him. Mama cries so much. I tried to tell him and Effie are keeping the cows away, but she don't understand. I told Grace I'm not playing tea party again, but she says I gotta, and if I don't, the cows will eat all 3 of us. She said I had to get Mama or Papa to play, or else I gotta play by myself. Okay. That doll needs to go. Can we burn it? Ooh, there are beans. I got blackened beans. I have lockpicking? Do I have anything to help my lockpicking? How do I not have lockpicking? Alright, let's head out. And we will find... Let's see, between the smoke and the noise, you're guessing the contents of this outhouse are more dangerous than the average outhouse contents. We're gonna fight. Ah, it's a cow head on fire. A pyrobove is what it's called. Pyrobove. Alright, I'ma shoot it. Alright, she must shoot it. She had a lot of good skill sets there. Alright, I'ma stab it. And now she shoot it. Take shotgun. Stab it again. Sweet! Alright, outhouse is now safe as houses. We got 10 XP and a toilet pistol. By the soft light of fading embers, you see a glint of light from below. You hold your nose with one hand as you fish out the prize with the other. I got a toilet pistol. We'll see if that's any good. Let's see, toilet pistol. It's 3 to 4 and applies poison. My deputy pistol is 4 to 5, so I'm gonna equip this one instead. Sweet. Alright, Mary Stearns died February 18th, 1894. Gwendolyn Stearns, mother, died 1895. Jethro Stearns, devoted father, died 1895. Jethro's bones were dug up by a farming. So we're gonna search it because I'm still alive and the dead don't need no more. I found a charred locket. This flower is not smoking. Oh, just kidding. It is smoking. It's on fire. I got a smoking chrysanthemum. Trying to see if there was something I was supposed to do, but I guess I can leave that alone. Alright, Grace. Play. Sure. Where is downstairs? This whole place is... Ooh, I got ranch punch and a lasso. Sweet. Oh, here's downstairs. We found it. I don't have safe cracking. Pile of loose boards. Ooh, there's food in the shelf. I got Vienna blood sausages and clove drops. Alright, there's a weird shaped cow on the stain above my head. And a weird shaped cow stain on the wall. I say, okay, atop this, I don't even know what you guys are seeing anymore, but it's already bonkers. So we have here, atop this sinister looking altar sits a copper goblet filled with what appears to be blood. I can take the goblet or I can destroy it. I can destroy the goblet if I have some muscle. So, my muscle is usually 3, but for today, if I eat those Vienna sausages, I got sausage fortified blood. Wonderful. Now, I can destroy the goblet because it's filled with blood. And that doll is creepy. You don't know what this is, but you know it's abominable. So you grab the goblet and smash it against the altar. Everywhere the blood lands, cracks appear. The altar groans as it crumbles to ruin. Go team. Go team, go. Alright, let's see if that doll is dead now. Grace's eyes glowed red. She must know what you did.
You will live to regret this.
Her mouth snapped shut and her eyelids closed. Well, that's only a little bit ominous. I have now safely done stuff to make this place safe. Howdy there, Sibo. We're gonna make our way back to the Dave yard. As you're riding along, you see some braided fuses sticking out of a nearby rock. Investigating it more closely, you see that somebody drilled a hole in the rock and inserted a bunch of dynamite, but apparently lost interest and wandered away without setting it off. Or maybe they were out of matches. And now I have more dynamite. Oh look! The Dave yard. Here lives Dave B. 1834 to 1884. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. First off, I want to take off this nerd mode. I get it. I know what's going on. Is the maze in the chat? No? Cool. Yeah. Dig him up. Just as you dig up the Dave to check the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots but no pants. So guess what I have now? Boots. Nope, wrong thing. I have brown boots. Look at that. Alright, so I guess we should probably put down these remains. Let's see, I have 2 action points. Immune to poison though. Ah. Okay, stab time. How can you have that bad? Alright, we won that one. We got a skeleton bone. Alice surveys the scene and jots down some notes in her little notebook. Let's see, here lies Dave C. 1828 to 1884. Went down in a theater. Here lies Dave J. 1826 to 1884. I just read what's in front of me. I am Anchorman. Alright, let's take down these. Is it gonna hit me with a board? It did. Stabbing time. This is what you really hit with. Board my foot. Also, your shotgun is so far away. If you don't put him down this turn. Okay, cool. Excellent. Alright. Alice studies the remain of your undead foes. Go, Alice. Do what you gotta do. Here lies Dave L. 1790 to 1851. Died of a heart attack. See you in negative 36 years. Weird, but okay. Here lies Dave G. 1847 to 1884. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even the sky can't save a fella from 40 angry bears. Shotgun, best gun. Of course it is, Drake. Drake's favorite gun is the shotgun, or any variation of a shotgun. The doctor is clearly the best teammate. The gravedigger left his lunch. Sweet. Now I have a thermos of spiced coffee. And being the blood sausage. These bones are jumping to the beat. These bones are jumping around to the beat, the dickens. So let's beat the dickens out of them. Is he cooking? What was that? Did he spook me? Now that I'm more scared, can I... Alright, I won. Your spookiness is nothing compared to my sword. Let's see. Ooh, a pile of bone that isn't moving around for a change. Nice. It's mostly just a bunch of boring, broken bones, but you do find a skull with a tag on it. A skull with a tag on it. Here lies Dave G. 1860 to 1884. Murdered by a different feller named Dave G. Well, okay then. Here lies Dave D. 1848 to 1884. The truth was out there. It killed him. That is an excellent gravestone epitaph. Alright, let's go inside this thing. Are you gonna jump out at me? Okay, cool. Is this one of those things they have in mausoleums? You know, those big marble things full of drawers of skeletons? I can open one at a time for one fight, or I can open a bunch for a big fight. Alright, here we go. Oh. I see, but they are much harder. Alright, we'll take you out first. Actually. Well, welcome back. Can you heal me? Wow, that's healing? Oh, I am about to die. Hit her! Hit her! Oh! Oh, does she? Who's the one that's doing me the most damage? This one's got Moxie. Alright, let's rope them. Alright, they're down for 2 turns. Oh, much nicer. Alright. Now she can heal me by throwing all of her stuff on me. And we can attack. Okay, that's better. Come on. Come on. Alright, we got it. It was a little touch and go there for a second, but we got it. Doc Alice levels up from fighting skeletons. Yep, there you go. She has become stronger. With that skeleton bone and more loose teeth, Alice studies the remains of your undead foes. Her eyes light up. Evidently, she's had an epiphany of some sort. Go team! Go team go! We can... Oh! The option to leave them be was there. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna leave them be. Alright, I fought 3 at once. This is a stone sarcophagus. This is some kind of ritual circle drawn in red chalk. And this is a pile of mostly burnt rags that maybe used to be a person. You dig through the rags and find new things, like they're worth keeping. You got a gore-spattered scroll, human ashes, and some kind of receipt here. Okay. I guess that's that then. Sweet. We have explored here. Madman says, yeah, each sidekick has a specific enemy type that levels them. I know Susie was strong against cows, and I think the crazy dude is good against tech enemies. Oh, interesting. I guess that makes sense. Alright, here we go. On our way to Fort Cowardice. The Dave Yard, yep. You encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken pair of spectacles. Looks like a family of especially literate homesteaders met an untimely end here. Tragic. You pore over the detritus and manage to find exactly one book that is both undestroyed and remotely interesting to you. Sweet. Sweet. Right. The chef was asking for some stuff. But first, I need to read. Where's that book? Alright, so I can get Expert Poisoner, Fan Hammer. There's a letter to the editor from a woman in Wyoming who had an amazing idea. What if you shot someone 3 times instead of just once? I like that. Fan Hammer. You unload round after round at a nearby cactus to see how it feels. It feels pretty good. Unfortunately, the stray spark from one of your shots sets the magazine on fire, and you're unable to prevent it from being destroyed. Aww. Alright. Just like the old saying goes, when life gives you cannons, make cannonade. Yeehaw indeed. Alright, we made our way to Fort Cowardice. Ooh. Ooh, I can use my binoculars. And I discovered a new thing. Alright, you climb down from the watchtower and pitch the binoculars in the... It's a one-time use binocular? Are you kidding? The cabinet is mostly empty, but there's a handful of boring personnel records in the back drawer. They are incredibly boring. But no, really, I want details. Fine, you read one. Patricia Smith, secretary, pay grade C-5, birth 2/11/38. December 2/8/62, missed days 12, accrued 6 days 63. Satisfied? No, let's read some more. Because this game wants to be sassy. Walter Reed. Not related to the one in DC. Clerk, pay grade C2. B, 9/22/36. I'm assuming death or deceased? Not yet. Missed days 25. Accrued 6 days 15. First Lieutenant Rebecca LeBlanc, 76 Pyrotechnics Division, 04. Born August 12, 86, died 9/27/74. Blood type AB, good conduct medal. I wonder if they are Dewey Decimal. Charles Stern. Oh, we came from their thing. Their ranch. He's out. Unknown whereabouts. Pay grade C4, birth 12/9/37, deceased apparently unknown. We just met his daughter though, so I'm not sure if that's true. Missed days 8, accrued days 88. Becky Smith, secretary C3. Missed days 89, accrued days. Wow. Do you know Becky Smith there, Drake? Alright, anyway. Major Ezra Wolf, 66th Beanslinger Division, 06. 1/14/52, died 7/7/70. Blood type B, killed in action. First Lieutenant Rowena Hubbard, 9th Cannoneer Division, died 12/12/53. Wounded in action. Patricia Smith. And we're back again. This dame says, now you're just looking through the same ones you read before. What's wrong with you? Alright, game, that's enough. There are some really subtle clues to unrelated puzzles in places like this. I'm not related to that one. Alright, let's see. There's some good mess left. We got military grade whiskey, hardtack, and more hardtack. Blah. Oh, a spice rack. Oh, here we go. We got the spice rack that the chef was looking for. Let's see. We have a cupboard that's bare. That's also really not really a cupboard. In general, this door, more specifically, this is to the general's office, requires lockpicking. Do I really not have lockpicking, or do I just not have a lock pick? Yeah, there's Stern's diary. We found it. Mama says, like, I think there's a cemetery with one of those names buried there. Stern? Stern's Ranch. We just came from there. Oh, we just came from the mess hall. Oh, okay. You hear the sounds of several goblins inside this tent. Alright, let's... Oh! Oh! Oh, okay. 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 Let's do that. And let's do that. Okay. I see it. I see the fan hammer. Okay. I'll hit 3. Oh, it's got... I see it now. Okay. 3 action points. Understood. She's gonna heal herself. And we've killed Alice. Okay, so now we know. Now we know. You have heroically defeated sleeping goblins who were guarding their beds. We got smelling salts, some canteen, and military-grade weapon. Hopefully she's still alive. Alright, we got a foot locker. Oh, and lockpicking is still required. So, did I kill Alice? I don't know, we'll see. She looked pretty dead to me. Based on the papers and the anatomical diagrams scattered across the surface, you're guessing this deck belonged to the nurse. Let's see. The papers are mostly just boring medical records, dental daguerreotypes, lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, that kind of thing. Ooh, what's this? Marching orders. And the diagrams are just a bunch of disgusting sliced open bodies. She's a doctor. She can heal herself back to life. Alright, we're gonna loot the army trauma kit. And nothing there. This sign has a goblin word for toilet on it. Ooh, a cannonball. Now I have a Demi-Colvarian cannonball. Go team. Go team go. We should check on Alice. There she is. She's fine. Alright, so now let's go back to town. We're gonna go ahead and give... I'm gonna head back to Dirtwater real quick. A few hundred yards ahead, the trail up, you see a solitary skeleton trudging toward the northwest. We attack. So I need 3 action points in order to be able to make this. So I need some way to be able to have 3 action points. It's doing a pretty decent job. Alright. There you go, Alice. No, we don't need the poker room. I wanted to go to the kitchen. Alright, here. Got it right here. That's the stuff. Thanks. Okay, next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called the murder pepper. Because it's really spicy. Because it literally has a knife and it kills people who ask dumb questions. They go outside the year out of town. You should be able to find her one if you wander a little. Great. Thanks. So let's go find the pepper with a knife. Also, I still have no idea what a key is for this one creature. Also have stuff I can sell. Nope, keep that. Keep that. Sell that. Keep that. Keep that. Sell that. Keep that. I'll keep it. Keep that, keep that, keep that, keep that. And sell the bones. Skull chips. And that's it. I forget if you get action points automatically or if you need to invest skill points into them. Let's double check. Well, it looks like I have some stats I can play. Okay, so Deadeye increases my pistol attack. Dickering helps with my store stuff. I'll do that later. Muscle is my strength. Mysticality. How much damage do I spell? Moxie. When I'm shooting. And how much damage I take when I get shot. I want that. Grit. I'll take on Grit. Gumption. Spleen is spleen capacity it? Let's see. Glamour is liver capacity. Okay, remind me which the spleen and liver. Do you remember what those are? I'm trying to remember if... Hold on. Go back to my character real quick. Let's see. Stomach capacity determines how much food items you can eat before you need a nap. Drake says, gotta go back to my Oregon Warlord training simulation. Yeah. Liver capacity is how many alcoholic drinks you can have before you have to sleep it off. And spleen is how many potions you can use in a day. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure where I can get more AP, though. It doesn't seem to say that that's something I can get here. I'm not even sure where I got my last AP from the beginning. Oh, here we go. Stomach capacity. Oh, what am I saying? We just figured this out. Oh, here it is. 1 maximum AP. It's gumption. I'm a goober. Okay, so now we have that. Yeah, so gumption is the one that gives you AP maximum. Mysticality is okay. Snake whip, don't really use it. Deadeye I do use, so I'm gonna use that one. Okay, there we go. And while I'm at it, I'll take some more muscle too. Alright, we've discovered it. Alright, so from... No. Oh, wait. Alright, well, you had the only place. Plunk it. You'll be plunking this twanger till the day you die. You cannot stop plunking it. You plunk your thwanger joyfully. You plunk your thwanger all the livelong day. And some more. Still joyfully, all the livelong day, to the beat of the band, joyfully, all the livelong day. It's, okay, it's clearly, the game is mad at me. Alright, so now... I did not actually want to go to the Cavern Canyon. That's not where I wanted to go at all. Oh, look at all that. Alright, we're gonna go to the railroad cap. You see a streak of fire blast across the sky and land just over the horizon. You ride to the side of the impact and find a meteor. You scour the area around the impact crater and got 550 meat. Just money lying around. You can eat and drink stuff for temporary stat boosts that last you a whole day. Days don't end unless you sleep in your room or get knocked out in battle or drink too much booze. I actually did discover that by accident when I was like, oh, let me just do this. And I talked to the creepy doll that was like,
Go get my cup from downstairs in the basement.
you know, kind of thing. Which I did. And then I destroyed it by using my potions. Or something. Are you guys actually working? This guy should never be in charge of the Switch. He's too busy playing with his watch to get any work done. Say, nice watch. Where'd you get it? I bought it from this gal that runs a store down south of here named Buttonwallow. Buttonwallow mix something. Alright, where is the store exactly? Oh, you can't miss it. It's right between the cactus and a different cactus. Alright, so now we have Buttonwillow McCritic's store. There's an aimless wandering feature on the map that lets you find hidden... That's how we found the Shaggy Dog. That's how we found Shaggy Dog. By wandering. And then it was like, ooh, you should check out this cave. And I was like, oh, you think so, game? And then you know what I did? I read plaques for 10 minutes. I don't even know if an achievement popped for it. It should have. I feel like that's an achievable thing. I really appreciate you telling me what a store is. I've run out of waste. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. So he points at the store. Thanks. Don't mention it. No, really, thanks a lot. Sure. Don't mention it. I mean it. I really appreciate you telling me where that store is. Really? It's no trouble at all. Don't mention it. I mean it. I've run out of ways to thank you, but I really want you to know I am very grateful for your help. Do not mention it. He looks about ready to punch you if you don't knock it off. Now I won't mention it. I imagine the other things you're discovering are wandering are more conveniently rewarding. It's possible. Who knows? Let's see. She's not getting much track laid, but she is an expert whistler. Hey, whistling's hard. You approach the beleaguered-looking man with tiny glasses. Howdy there. Who's in charge of this outfit? If I'm being charitable, I'd say that fellow over there in the white hat is the foreman. He points at a man next to a huge pile of rocks. And if you're not... He smiles. Then I'd say that paperback idiot over there with the absurd white hat is the fella you're looking for. Alright, thanks. Hi, are you in charge? I was wondering if there's anything I can do to help. You want to know something? I love trains. Oh. Ever since I was a little boy, huge, magnificent, roaring iron beasts, they were magical to me like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of a rail line, I jumped on it like a shot. And you know what I learned? What's that? Organizing and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the butt you'll ever imagine. You want some help? Congratulations, you're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Okay, do I get to keep your hat? Okay, so, I guess I'm the boss now.
Well, I suppose you can't be any worse than that last clown. Name's Smee. I'm your assistant.
I cannot do a Smee voice, don't ask. Hey, we found the mop master. We've Drake says, that's a sad railroad baron. Yeah, I agree. Alright, so what's the situation?
Well, I'm sure you didn't miss seeing the pile of rocks blocking our path. The surveyor says there isn't any suitable mountain path, so we can't reroute even if we had months to take.
Alright, any ideas?
Well, by my calculations, we could dynamite it clear without too much trouble. Problem is, that'll take a lot of dynamite. A whole year's worth, I figure. We used to keep much of that on hand for emergencies like this one, but a pack of goblins stole it all, sneaky little varmints.
Alright, I'll go get it back.
Oh, glad to hear it. The goblins are holed up over there in Gustav Algen Gulch. It's a real rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and holding your fighting skills before you head that way, especially if you plan to go guns blazing. We don't need that specific dynamite, though. You can lay your hands on any, as long as there's enough of it.
I'm assuming when he said a year's worth, I don't have enough dynamite. Alright, so we should wander and get the lay of the land before doing anything. Alright, we're gonna go here because Alice said we should go here. Ooh, we found Butterfield Ranch. A dairy ranch. These cows look mad. Is this a mad cow? Manifest Destiny is like mad toxic. You'd much prefer to ride a luxury train than own a railroad company? That's true. I would too. Alright, you're gonna have to deal with this cow if you want to explore. Alright, cow.
Pew, pew, pew!
Now, I'll shoot. And she'll shoot. Lots of shooting to be had. Don't miss. Yay! We got roasted cow tongue and, much to Prinny's chagrin, we skin the cow and get extra thick leather. Ooh, yes please. Now I can lasso people. Yes please. Now I have needles. Ooh, something's burning in the embers. Let's reach in and grab it. A red hot poker. Is there something in the outhouse? There's always something in the outhouse. You notice some words are carved into the side of the outhouse. Curly was here. You recognize that name. Curly Butterfield, the legend of Curly's meat. Looks like this outhouse is worth investigating. Luckily, you don't actually go inside the outhouse because once you open the door, you find a map scratched into the inside of it. The map reveals the location of a mine just west of the ranch called Coal Ridge. There's an inset of the map itself with a big X scrolled in there with 3 triangular icons. Curious. Okay, don't have lockpicking. To your horror, you see that every cow in Butterfield Dairy Herd is now an ungulate, an infernal cow spirit bound in stone. They're not dangerous unless you get near them. You know what? There's lots of them. We're good. We'll come back when we're stronger. Alright, let's check out this Coal Ridge. Oh, we find an abandoned crate with mine stuff stenciled on the side. Which is the worst grammar you've ever seen, even at a time and place notable for its poor grammar. We open it with our crowbar. We got a can of oil and dynamite. So now it's your stuff. Alright, still don't have foraging. Nothing in there. Ooh, lockers. There's a row of lockers here. Must have been used for storing the personal effects of the fellers who used to work this mine. The first one is named Ellsbury WM and doesn't have a lock on it. The second one is covered in some kind of white goo. The third one is labeled Loose Ben and has a combination lock on it. We will open Ellsbury. The locker contains those mining helmets with a lamp on it and a bottle of laudanum. Sweet! Alright, let's check out the second one. You open the second door. Of course. Oh, this is an infinite grinding spot. There's one of them for each enemy type for leveling up your teammates. That's the one I used to go to turbocharge Susie. Oh! Are you talking about, you're talking about where the cows are, right? Because Susie's good against cows? Yeah, so if I went back to Dave Yard, that would be the place to level up. What's her face, right? Alice. Stone cows. I gotcha. You open the door to reveal a skeleton covered in the same white goo that was on the outside of the locker. Ah, you get it. This guy must have died after his co-workers played a prank on him where they stuffed him into a locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I can't believe you dang jerk stuffed me in my locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I died from that, the skeleton yells, confirming both your insight and his vengeful murderous intent. Here you go. Oh, he's dripping. Oh, he's got a lot of HP. Ooh. Okay, so he's got a lot of health that we gotta deal with. I get it now. What's this? Smelling salts, canteen, incendiary bullet, sets him on fire. Silver bullet, deals 6 or 7 damage. Trauma kit. Okay, and now we shoot. Well, I'll bet that skeleton has the smoothest shave in the West. You know what? You must be right. Okay, she's gonna heal us. Go team. Right, I got that toilet gun. It gives poison, but doesn't matter to... Doesn't matter to these guys. Alright, we got skeleton bones, skull chips, and loose teeth. Well, at least he's not suffering anymore, and like Mad Matt says, his bones are really clean. Alright, in the third locker, we have to find a combination for. Ooh, we got some unrefined meat, nice. It's an exposed meat vein. Nice. Nothing in there, so we'll go in here. Oh, I have rope! I have rope! I have rope! This just opens to a 30-foot shaft. And now I can climb down. Sweet! This is the spot Curly's notes mentioned. And there's a compass. I got Curly's compass. And 56 meat, go team. This is the deepest part of the mine. And a spiral. You don't like this spiral at all. I do not. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. I don't like this spiral. Don't like this spiral at all. Alright, we got some refined... Hey! So this thing is meaty. This one's leaking. Black fluid oozes from the vein. A scabrous mass sits on the floor below. Will get me. I reach inside this vein, it goes further, and I rip out a beating heart. Trapwing Z, how are you? It's good to see you. Hey everyone, I would like you all to meet Trap here. Let's see. Hold on, Trap. I gotta spell your name right. Wing Z Zay. Zay? I can't spell wings. Oh, Trang. I just spelled Trang. Trap Wing Zay. Really? Again? Oh, there's 2 Z's. Trap. Why? Why are there 2 Z's? Trap. Trap Wing. Add the space. Look, Trap. Trap, let's be clear. You got 2 of us trying to get this right. Ah, there we go. Thank you, Mad Matt. We figured it out, Matt. We're on it. Just remember, Mad Map, in between, you gotta add the space between SO and the name. That's really all there is to it. Mine was I can't spell for nothing. Like, that was me. Welcome in. We're playing a little bit. I just copy pasted. Fair enough. What's it called? I was using my phone. I probably could have just copied and pasted on mine. We're playing a game called West of Loathing. It's a silly stick figure game. I absolutely am enjoying the ridiculousness of it. I'm on this for about 10 more minutes, and then we're going into my partners, Drake's, and going from there. Hold on. Here we go. I do. Also, I will permit that one. The thing, I have like for profanity, I have the profanity checker up. I do. That's why my character in this game is called Sakari and not Kasara, because that's how it is. Alright. Oh. The cart's vibrating, and I got 112 meat. So, Trap, so just so you know what on earth is going on. Oh my god. Mad Matt, can you do me a favor? Can you type an exclamation point West of Loathing? This is the game we're playing. It's silly, it's ridiculous, and everything about it is awesome. I can pickaxe everything. Wait. I can mine for meat. Wait. Thank you very much, Mad Matt. I appreciate it. Excuse me. No. I want to go up. Mining. I got unrefined meat nuggets. Look at this. I'm about to make a fortune. I'm about to make a fortune mining this. And also, anyone that jumps in here and has no idea what I say, I'm mining the meat. Alright, so we've gotten all that, but the only thing we haven't been able to do... Oh, look at how much meat I got. Only thing I haven't been able to do is get that one thing. The combination. Alright, so that's Butterfield Ranch. We did that one. Oh, there's a store. Alright. We can go and get the Potemkin gang. Alright, we'll go to Old Mission, we'll go to Big Apple. We'll leave Potemkin for another day. Wait. You find the flyer for Dynamite Store up north. It's charred around the edges. It's like it got blown up. Is there a Dynamite discount dare house? Alright, let's go there real quick. Dynamite Dan's. Alright. So... if I can get 4,500, I can buy a year's supply of dynamite right off the bat. I don't even have to go fight the goblins. But I don't have 4,500. But you know where I can go. To the store, Buttonwillow store. Oh, as you're riding toward your destination, you pass by a building in which a barn dance is happening. I guess that makes it a barn. The people inside seem to be having a pretty good time, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna join in. You mosey on in and have a grand old time at the bar dance. You even learn a few moves. Most of the moves involve you pretending to reel someone in from across the dance floor with a lasso, but still new moves. Go team, go. Alright, so we're at the store. Alright, so now the woman behind the counter stares at you with a huge grin on her face. She gestures at the goods she's got for sale. Alright, so first and foremost, we can actually sell some things here and there. We can sell the extra thick leather. We can sell the loose teeth. Let's see, Mad Matt says there's a few options in case you pick the garden partner and don't want to commit a massacre. Oh, the goblin partner that I totally killed at the beginning because I didn't know he could be turned. Choices. So, Trap, the one thing about this game is that it's full of choices. That's the whole thing about life, is that you make your choices and you live with them. That's what this game is about. Kinda, sorta. Also, trying not to make the wrong ones. Alright, so we sell all of those. Smelling salts for good, that gives me that. Sweet smelling flowers, stench resistance. I'll stop backseating now. No, I don't think any of the backseating that you have given for this game is even really backseating because it's kind of like options. But unless it was like you have to do it this way. Because more than often than not, I think I've made all the decisions before you've told me anything. And then you're like, also, by the way. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Like, for example, this goblin thing, I'm like, oh, guess what? You know what? I thought it might be good for crafting. I actually did. And then I thought, I'm not crafting yet. Alright, so I can sell these here for 25 apiece. Okay. Nope. I think that's really it. I don't really have a red hot poker. Sounds like a terrible thing to sell or to use. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to 4,500 right off the bat. And I'm probably not going to get to that section anyway. Alright, so with that, let's go a couple more places before Drake starts getting online. I do want to make it to the old mission because, again, that's the place that Alice said that she wanted to go. I'm sorry, what? You hear a dry cough behind you, and you turn to see a skeleton dressed in a moldering old tuxedo and a silk top hat shuffling toward you, gesturing angrily with her walking stick. The funeral lily pinned to her lapel is gilded, and all of her teeth? Guess she was trying to take it with her. Schmooze? I can schmooze this skeleton? Let's try schmoozing. You give the skeleton a respectful bow. Good afternoon, madam. I must say I did not expect to meet such an esteemed lady in such a low-class environment. Have you perhaps lost your way? Please allow me to direct you back to civilized lands. The skeleton listens carefully as you make up some directions to a random patch of nowhere and then generally tips you one entire meat. You graciously accept it since she didn't notice you snagging the gold lily off her lapel that you handed off her shoulder. Yay! Stealing! Tuna cactus? Nice. Alright, let's go inside the mission for some reason. That nun looks confused. Pew! Pew pew! Pew pew! You're not a priest, so we shouldn't mess with any of this stuff. Let's see, it's an empty relic case with a spot for a skull, a pelvis, and for a finger bone. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. What's wrong, sister? They came back. They came back and took him. I couldn't stop them. Whoa, slow down. What happened? Our holy relics. The saints just stormed up out of the catacombs and took them back. The Saints did. Mama says, I'm gonna have a Cheryl real quick and be back before the raid. Alright. Let's see. Wow.
I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe they'd fire me if I tried to stop them. The cardinal will be here any minute. What am I going to do?
To start, take a deep breath and try to stay calm, okay? What's your name?
I'm Sister Mary.
My name's Sakari. What about the Saints?
Our mission is to protect the 3 sacred relics. I'm a relic keeper. It's specific to my job to look after them.
Wait, do they call you Memento?
No, they do not.
Okay. So what happened?
The Saints? Oh, how too terrible. They just came to life somehow. They came up out of the catacombs, all skeletal and ghastly looking. I mean, it's probably bad for me to say, but I nearly fainted.
And they took back their relics?
Yes. And if they aren't recovered before the cardinal gets here, I'll be in so much trouble.
Okay. How much time is there?
Well, actually, he's months overdue, so it's probably not all that urgent, but still.
All right. I'll go get them back for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, wait a second. Are you going to have to fight them to get those relics back? Because that's probably blasphemous, too.
I mean, probably. But if black magic brought them back to life, that's like super blasphemous, right? So it evens out?
Oh, dear. The cardinal's going to want to have a very long talk about this. But go ahead and do what you must, I suppose.
Oh, good. At least you gave us a profession. Just gonna let my partner know. We're almost there. Okay, we're gonna finish this real quick and go get these relics back. Did she tell us where they were? Did she? What? Are they in the basement? Oh, they're over there. Okay. Here we go. This coffin. Oh, when the saints come marching in, and when the saints steal back their stuff, oh, they took the skulls, the skulls and the pelvis, and the finger bone from dust. Right? There, I fixed it for you, Mad Matt. This coffin looks like it was hauled here recently, so we're gonna look inside. It's empty. Weird. Very weird. Oh, look. They're all here. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I wanna do real quick is I'm gonna check out my cavalry. That one's a 5 to 6. You know what? I'm gonna... I guess I'll try using the hot poker instead of the cavalry. Alright, this precariously... Breathe! Breathe, Kasara, breathe! I'm a breathing! Well, sort of. I'll be breathing. I'll probably stop breathing as soon as the fight starts. It's a precariously balanced pyramid of skulls. They're riled up and twitching. Alright, so we're gonna kick them. Are you sure? Because there's a lot of them, and they're really mad. Maybe angering them all at once isn't a good idea. Alright, it's got a point. Ooh, this skull has a gold tooth. I took a gold tooth from a skull. Alright, this skull is twitching in an unnerving fashion. Though, I guess there's no way it twitching wouldn't be unnerving. So we're gonna fight the skull head. Alright, first off, take my action points. Alright. Shoot her! Shoot it! Oh, it provides spooky. 10 to 13 damage. Here we go. And now it's hot, despite the fact that it is a skull. Alice, you couldn't try? Alright, so we got that, and we got a gold tooth. We really cracked some skulls. Go team. Go team, go. Ooh, This skull is sitting at a weird angle. I guess that's notable for some reason. The skull is resting on top of a commemorative spoon. Your treasure hunting senses are finely honed, though not very discriminating. True. The skull is whispering to you. That doesn't seem right. We listen closely. This skull is whispering, it sounds like gibberish, although really creepy gibberish. An empty alcove. There's a little serial number written below it. Oh, this is what that's. Oh, we found it. We found it. We found it. The skull that we found earlier goes right in here. This pile of skulls have been cemented together. We pick it apart and we unearth a shiny black stone that's making more noises than stones usually do. We got a creepy whispering stone. Ah, we gotta fight these bones. We're not gonna make any lewd comments on my stream. However, I will question that it is doing normal skeleton things. So we're gonna go hit it. And shoot it. Yeah, yeah, no, no, it is, yeah, it is, it's getting worse the longer this fight takes, is like the worst part of it. Oh look, that's his hands. They're skull punching blogs. They're skull punching for punching. They're punching. Just run with me. They're punching skulls. Trap's like, no. They are punching Trap. They are punching Trap. Yes, they are, Trap. Oh, this way to the Paseo de Santo. Alright. We are now in the Paseo de Santo. I have no muscles. Oh, do I have a thing for muscles? How much muscle do I have? I have 7 muscle. If I were to eat... Where's my food items? That's armor. Dynamite. Roasted cow tongue. No. 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 Hardtacks, more armor, speed, Vienna sauce. Oh, here we go. Eat some Vienna sausages. So now I have +3 strength, so guess what I'm gonna do? Let's open the sarcophagus. You grunt and strain. The force of the heavy stone sarcophagus slid open. There's a skeleton inside. Holy crap, his bones are huge. Unfortunately, he appears to be asleep. So, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna wake him up. Oh, you know what? This might have been a mistake. This might have, this Saint Beefus? We're gonna throw some dynamite. Give ourselves a fighting chance. Oh, you know what? You know what this does? No damage. None. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna deploy the snake. Who does nothing. Okay. This is fine. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. We got this. One point of damage at a time. 1 point of damage. You know what, we're gonna heal. Nope. She's the only one that actually does damage. Oh, don't hit me. Oh, God. Okay. I need to heal myself. And I gotta do it one more time. This is all I get for the entirety of the thing. Okay. And I guess I'll shoot. Alright, we're okay. We're what? Oh, okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. Just 1 point at a time. 1 point at a time. She's gotta heal me. Oh my god. Okay, I need some triage. Cool. And you know what? I will sniff the smelling salts. Okay. Okay. I'll heal myself. And then I will shoot it. And then she can heal me the rest of the way. And hopefully we can live to see another day. Oh my god. Oh, it's getting stronger by the second. Oh, come on. Okay, so at least I have a little bit of wiggle room. And she can shoot instead. Oh, come on. So close. Come on, just a couple more hits. Oh! If I die, what happens? Hit Alice. Come on, hit Alice. Oh! Ah. Hold on. You gained the effect angry. St. Beavis punted your busted husk back out into the hallway. Okay. So we're now angry, which gives us +3 muscle, +3 moxie. We already have that, so we have a lot that's kind of against us. But I believe we lost all that stuff that we were able to use for anything. What is this? Yeah, so we have no dynamites or anything like that. Ah, man, that's rough. Alright. So what I'm learning is perhaps going and getting some supplies might actually be in our best interest at this point. So what I'm probably going to do, now that we kind of had an idea of how this section goes, I actually need to grind just a little bit more. I've done no grinding, but I do want to visit the Big Apple real quick. Just kidding. I want to visit the Big Apple because that's the one thing I found on my binoculars. We're going to go here, though, destroy campsite, see if we can maybe get some supplies. A knapsack. Yes, please. This knapsack seems to have taken a lot of abuse recently. Most of the contents are trash and being stomped on. You do find a Gented can of potted meat. Excuse me, you also notice that the knapsack has a knife sheath inside, but you don't see the knife. Okay, but I got potted meat. Nice. A thorough inspection reveals dusty boot prints on the tattered canvas. Cows don't wear boots. Okay, someone was real serious about fire safety. Yikes, you think this used to be a person. Doc, diagnosis? Cause of death, hit by a freight train. The only cow tracks I see are cow tracks, though. Could have been cows, I suppose. There's a leg missing, though. Cows aren't meat eaters. Well, neither are trains. Alright, we can follow the tracks, and then when we do... Since you have the reason to believe these tracks may be fake, you could either follow them or head in the opposite direction. Let's go the opposite way. You head in the opposite direction for about half a mile and discover another campsite occupied. The observers of the camps carefully from a distance before approaching. They're dressed weirdly in brightly colored baggy clothes and white face paint. You realize they're dressed up as rodeo clowns. Gross. Why would they do that? There doesn't seem to be a rodeo happening anywhere. So now we have found rodeo clowns. This one's playing a harmonica. We say hello and he nods but keeps playing. This one's eating a comically large haunch of meat. He narrows his eyes to say mine. This clown is idly juggling a knife. Howdy, stranger, he says with a smile. What are you guys doing out here? Camping. You can tell by the campfire. What I mean is, there's no rodeo or circus around here, so why are you guys in rodeo clown outfits? Oh, our circus is up north. We're on break, so we decided to take on the sights. What circus? I didn't hear anything about a circus in this area. Oh, you wouldn't have. It's just a little traveling show. You aren't missing anything. What's it called, though? Barnaby's Bob's Perfectly Normal Traveling Circus Sideshow. Perfectly normal? Why is it called that? Accuracy. Alright, how far north is it? Oh, pretty far. Too far for you to worry about. No, really, how far? It's up near Goblin Gulch. Wow, that is really far north. You walked all the way from there? From the northernmost part of the territory for sightseeing on your break. We get really long breaks. We have a good union. Look, I'm not stupid. I may have literally fallen off a turnip truck recently, but that does not mean I'm stupid. What are you guys really doing here? Aha. The harmonica stops playing and the clown's eyes goes cold. We're traveling tutors giving lessons, minding our own freaking business. Would you like a free sample? For the moment, I don't want to fight these guys, so we'll go ahead and leave it. And on that note, since I do have to find new equipment and grind a little bit just to kind of get a little stronger to fight some of the bosses I seem to be finding right now, we're going to call it here for the moment. We're going to check our way into Drake's stream. He is continuing our followers' request of Return of the Obra Dinn. Thank you all very much for coming through. Thank you, Trap, for enjoying. I hope you enjoyed the show a little bit. Now we're going to switch gears into Return of the Obra Dinn, a mystery game where we have to recreate the events that caused the catastrophe that was the Obra Dinn. So, I'm going to head over there in just a second, right after I figure out this rating business, because we do this every Monday, and I always have to remind myself how to spell names. Also, for some reason, underscores always get me. So, thank you all for coming in. As always, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Oh, side note, I'll be back on Tuesday. Not Wednesday this week. I'll adjust that into the Discord if you would like to make sure that change. But I will continue Broken Age on Tuesday this week, not Wednesday, because I rehearse on Wednesday. Alright, catch y'all later. See you in Drake's stream.